But first, let's just talk about how this is not a good look for the mayor of New York City. How is this any different than what Governor Abbott is doing from Texas, busing immigrants to sanctuary cities?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I like Mayor Adams a lot. Quite frankly, New York City has been welcoming immigrants for 200 years, and they've done a pretty good job at it. I'm only one generation removed from the city welcoming my family as immigrants.
Wow.
I don't like the fact that Greg Abbott is using these immigrants as pawns in some political game.
Whoa. I have to stop you there, Chris. This busing of immigrants has been happening long before Governor Abbott decided to send them to New York City and other places. Charities, NGOs have been doing this for years. Why is Abbott and now, frankly, Mayor Adams becoming the villain?
Well, Abbott's doing it in a way that the immigrants are not asking to be done, right? These NGOs have been saying, hey, where do you want to go to these migrants who come to the United States of America? And they usually have things to do on the other side of that trip, like jobs and families. What Abbott's doing is he's tricking people onto a bus and sending them to places where they don't want to be. And quite frankly, he's using them as pawns. And no, I don't like what Mayor Adams is suggesting either, shipping them to Rockland County and other parts of New York State. I don't think that's a good look either. I think that we need to have a comprehensive immigration policy in this country. Congress has been feckless in trying to do that. There was a great bill that was passed in 2013 in the United States Senate, never got a vote in the House. Had we passed that bill, there would be a system in place to welcome these people to this country. We have a labor shortage in America. Labor shortages in this country have traditionally been filled by immigrants coming here. It is the capitalist way to do it. There is a demand for labor in this country that is not being filled. Migrants coming across the border have traditionally filled it. My family filled it when they came here in the 30s and 40s. Families traditionally have done that for generations in this country, and then they build up this country as a result. This needs to change. Congress needs to act. The president needs to step in as well. It shouldn't be handled by governors and mayors, that's for sure.
With all due respect, and I know that we are a nation of immigrants, neither one of us, you or I, would be here without immigrants. It was very different in your parents' and grandparents' era in terms of immigration. And I do have to take the point that you're saying that what do you say to those who would say that this is a broken system of allowing immigrants to choose where they go? They're not all going for jobs. A lot of them have no jobs. They may be going for family. Then why are so many of them on the street here in Chicago? They're homeless, Chris. They're sleeping at the police station.
They have been shipped to Chicago by Governor Abbott and others who are just trying to make a political point. It is ridiculous.
I don't know that that's true, Chris. I'll be honest. I don't know that that's true. There are a lot of immigrants who ask to go to these places. I'm telling you. They come here, and they have said on camera that they wanted to come to Chicago. A lot of them are trying to make their way to Florida.
Adrienne, there has been, generations of this country formed by immigration. There are no difference between what's coming here now, what came here before. They want a better life for themselves and their families. And this country has always been a shining beacon on the hill for them. When people stop wanting to come here, that's when we know America's in decline.
I think that there's a little difference between the generations that are coming here and the generations before. And one big reason is because there are more socialist and fascist governments today than there were at the time. Well, a lot of the governments of these Central American countries have been so debilitated from the generation of your parents and grandparents.
Hold on a second. My grandparents escaped the Nazis in Germany and Il Duce in Italy.
Absolutely.
They came here. They ran away from Nazis and fascists.
That is an argument.
Same thing.
But we're not seeing the same kinds of turmoil from today. Is a more tumultuous time for those who are coming to our country than it was 10, 20 years ago. I promise you.
Maybe 10, 20 years ago, but not in the 30s and 40s.
Well, again.
Not in the 30s and 40s. Look, if you ask my grandfather, who ran away from Hitler, and if you ask my other grandfather, who ran away from the mob in Italy, I think they would say it was pretty tumultuous.
I think the one thing that we can agree on is that
they've done great,
there is a shining light called America, and a lot of people are looking for it. Chris, thank you so much for it.
God bless it. God bless it, right?
You said it perfectly. Thank you so much, Chris. Mitch, over to you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.